Hey, welcome to the GregCast. It is Greg, and I am traveling. I'm at the Cincinnati, Ohio Metropolitan International Intergalactic Airport, and I'm on my way to Hartford, Connecticut, West Hartford to be exact, to speak to the Zavarian Brothers Super Student Leadership thing. Actually, I'm kind of on a long layover here in the airport, and I'm at my favorite coffee place that I'm not supposed to let you know where I am. So with that in mind, thought I'd do a quick GregCast. So welcome to the airport. Welcome to our trip. Here's some things maybe I'm going to talk about, but at the same time, looking ahead to the second Sunday of Lent, we're looking at some themes that we're going to change our lives with, okay? So I want you to be open to the fact that maybe you too can fly. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is Isaac, Abraham and Isaac. You know Abraham, everybody's favorite old dad. He and his wife Sarah, they were like, 3,000 years old. I'm exaggerating. They were only 900. Okay, so Isaac, he's a young guy, and Abraham's got this feeling that he needs to show God how much he loves him. So he decides to give him his only son. I want God to know how much I love him, and I'm going to give my only son. So when the kid's a teenager, Abraham takes him up on this mountain and says, "Come on, follow me." And he doesn't let him know what's going on. And then he says, "Oh, lay on this table." And he lays him out on the table. And then he ties him down, and he pulls a knife out, and he's going to kill him. He's going to say, "I want God to know how much I love him, and I'm going to give my only son." Gosh, and God's like, "Whoa, get an angel down there fast, stop him. So he gets the angel down there, and the angel says, whoa, we get it. You love God. You don't have to hurt Isaac. Don't do that. And so Isaac's life is spared. Isn't it interesting that God stops Isaac's death, and then he turns around and gives his only son. I love him, and I'm going to give my only son. Next thing I want to talk about is the letter from Paul this weekend. If God is for us, who can be against us? Enough said, right? Okay, that's it. Now, obviously, one of the coolest visuals in the gospel is the story of the Transfiguration. It's a great big word that means, wow, check that out. That's what it means. It really doesn't. I'm just making that up. But still, you know the story. They go up the mountain. Peter, James, and John follow Jesus. They go up the mountain, and suddenly Jesus is floating up in the sky, and then suddenly appears Moses and Elijah, and it's this dazzling white light, and everybody goes, "Wow, check that out!" And then it's one of the greatest moments of Peter just being Peter. And it's kind of like you and me, just saying exactly what we would want to say at the time. The show's over, the light goes out, and Peter says, "Hey, I got an idea. Let's stay here. You can do that cool trick anytime, and we'll get 3 tents, and we'll all live here, and then we can just watch the show anytime we want. And then Moses and Elijah can tell us cool stuff." Jesus says, no. That's not the idea. And so our challenge here this weekend of Lent is that when we have these moments, I hope you go to confession this Lent. I hope your life is changed. I hope your heart is opened to something amazing. But when it happens, and when you see, in a sense, this dazzling bright light, and your life is transfigured, I really hope you just do what Jesus said. Calm down, go down the mountain, live your life, and let people see the effect that he has in your life. Not by what you tell them, not by the cool magic trick that you think happened, but actually how he affected your life and why. How he changed your heart, how he opened your life to his love. See, the idea is that people will know us, well, you know the song. They'll know we are Christians by our love, the way we live our life. So give that a shot and transfigure it. One of the themes I'm also talking about when I'm out on the road is the Foo Fighters song. It's Times Like These. You know the lyric? It's times like these we learn to live again. It's times like these we give and give again. It's times like these we learn to love again. And it's times like these that are time and time again. I think that's the lyric of the main part of the song. And I guess I'd like to take that message right here and simply say, it's times like these that we need to pay attention. That's the idea of Lent. It's times like these when you walk through a desert, or when you consider opening your heart through the sacrament of reconciliation, or you consider changing your life and allowing God to be transfigured into your existence, it's times like these that you learn something. You learn to live, you learn to give, you learn to love. So thanks for tuning into the GregCast here at the Cincinnati International Intergalactic Airport, and hopefully I will have gotten to Hartford, Connecticut. It's snowing up there. I guess it is still winter. I keep thinking because I'm from the South it's kind of spring, but it's still kind of winter, and so it's times like these that I guess I need to catch a flight. So I want you to be open to the fact that maybe you too can fly.